Hello, Holly. It's nice to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
This must be your beautiful daughter.
Yes.
Right. Nice to meet you, Ryan. Great. Well, thanks for coming back. The condition we talked about yesterday with the pain you've had in your neck actually responds very well to chiropractic care. And so I've historically have treated many people with the same condition and seen very good results, and I expect to see the same with you today. Go through this treatment program. But before I talk about the treatment program, I wanted to talk a bit more about chiropractic, because Ryan is not familiar with chiropractic yet. This is your first time visiting with us. Mm-hmm. Chiropractic care deals a lot with the nervous system. And so the nervous system, as you can see in this picture, this is the brain, this is the spinal cord, and all these nerves. So every cell in your body can send information to the brain, and it does so via all these nerves through the spinal cord to the brain. And the brain will then process a lot of this information and send information back to all the different cells, all the muscles and tissues and organs of your body. And so it's important that this connection, this loop is working properly. So now my role as a doctor of chiropractic is to detect and correct what's called a subluxation. Now a subluxation is when there is a misalignment of a bone, where two bones aren't moving together properly, and that causes an interference in the nervous system. And so that interference can interrupt this process where maybe the brain is not connecting with certain areas of the body correctly. Maybe, like in this diagram, there's the brain connecting with various organs in your body. So maybe it's not connected to a certain organ and maybe not functioning properly, and that causes through this interference. So my job is to detect and correct these subluxations so that your body is connected to itself and things are working properly. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. So in the case of you, Holly, we did an examination yesterday, and the pain that you've been experiencing in your neck is due to subluxations. These subluxations, Ryan, they can occur at any age, at any time, and these subluxations have been there for a while. And so what we'd like to do is we want to be able to provide movement in there. But what happens is, when the subluxations have been there for a while, your body creates what's called a splint. For example, if you were to sprain your ankle, Ryan, what would your ankle do?
It'd swell up.
It'd swell up, right? It'd get all swollen and inflamed. And that happens as a natural process for your body to splint the area. It's trying to protect the area from further damage. Now the same thing happens in our neck. When two bones are stuck together, your body will also splint that area to protect it from further injury. Because it should be moving and it's not, and so the body splints it. Holly, you mentioned yesterday in the examination that you had broken your ankle when you were on a date with a hot young fellow.
You're gonna leave that in there.
Yeah. So how long were you in the cast?
About 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks? Okay. When you took the cast off, what did your leg look like?
It was pretty small.
Pretty small? For the other side, right?
Sure.
And then after you moved around a while, it came back to normal, right? Imagine if that cast was on for years. What would you think your leg would look like then?
I wouldn't be walking.
You wouldn't be walking, right? It'd be really tiny, kind of funny looking, right? Well, a similar thing can happen in your neck, or in your spine, or wherever you have a subluxation. In this case, we're talking about your neck, because there's some subluxations there, and those have been there for a while. So the body has splinted those areas, and as a result, there's also been some changes in the musculature and also some curvature of the neck. And so, which is important. The curvature of the neck is, or the spine in general, is a window into the health of your nervous system. And so it's important that we have proper curvatures in our spine, as well as good muscle balance, as I mentioned just a moment ago. And so what we're dealing with, what I like to work on with you is, we have subluxations we want to help correct, provide more movement in there. We have some imbalances in muscles which we need to correct, as well as the curvature of your neck. So what I'd like to do is spend, I was thinking 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks, maybe come in and get adjusted. And after that we'd do a reassessment. Now part of the adjustment, we'd come in, we would treat you, I would provide the adjustment, and then we would have you go to our rehabilitation part of our building here. We have a CA that will help do some exercises to help you create the more balance of your musculature in your neck. We also provide you some exercise that you can do at home on your own. as well as we would help you with other ways that you can do, you can create the curvature back in your spine again. We'll do that through that process. So, any questions? Does that make sense?
No question.
Any questions on that? Okay. Well, very good. An appointment costs $50. So 3 appointments a week for 6 weeks. So that's about $900. That would cover all the adjustments as well as the rehabilitation that we'll provide here in our office and any of the training we're going to give you to do at home at the same time. So if you're ready, we can just get started today.
Okay. You're not